We're here with Cobber head coach Terry Horan as he prepares for the MIAC opener this week. So let's go backwards. Talk about your home opener against Buena Vista. Great game, you guys. Probably it went according to plan, exactly how you wanted to play out. And let's start with the play. I'm not going to go with the obvious Brett Bowney because everyone knows what he did. Let's start with the play of the offensive line because they were the guys that were opening the holes. Talk a little bit about the success that they had on Saturday.
They had incredible success, and it's a senior-loaded group. We got about 6 guys that have played a lot for us, and Brett Bowney be the first to give them kudos and pats on the back. And I think Brett had a great quote in the Fargo Forum on Sunday. He said, "Really, anybody could have ran through those holes." Now that's Brett being Brett, but he had an offensive line that really paved the way and did a great job, and that's something that we wanted to establish. We weren't very happy with the fact that the week prior to that at Jamestown, the first half, we just didn't have the efforts we felt in the first half to establish that run. We got to go in the second half, and we really kind of took off last Saturday where we left off with Jamestown.
Now let's go to Brett. What was the difference between him on Jamestown, like you said, and then what he was doing on Saturday against Buena Vista?
Well, I just think schematically, what we were seeing, we were able to get the inside going, and I just think for offensive line, it was their efforts. I mean, we really preached all week of improving our effort, that 5-6 second efforts, and going to the whistle. We weren't doing that at Jamestown, and boy, when you got offensive linemen that are going to the whistle. Our backs will do some great things, and Brett, he's a power style back, and he had his day in the sun, that's for sure.
One of the key plays of the game was a 4th and 1 on your own 50 early on in that fourth quarter. You decided to go for it. Was there any indecision on that play to punt him and force him to go deep in their end zone, or was it just strictly you're going for it?
Well, I'll tell you what, I made a comment in the paper that the football purists would probably be shaking their head at me, and most times, and I'm pretty conservative on that type of stuff, I try to play the percentages and the field position game, but I just had a gut feeling. I just had a good feeling of, obviously what we had established throughout that game. And I just felt we could do it, and I just challenged our offensive line, and sure enough, we got off the football, and he goes 50 yards for a touchdown. That kind of sealed the deal. So, it was in the back of my mind, yes, that we should probably punt, but my gut was telling me let's go for it because if they had just scored, and if we can get the first down, that's setting us up pretty good to kind of run away with it.
Another key play was a 42-yard field goal by Ben Wagner. Were you thinking about going it then too? Because they were really close. They were within a score and a half, just about, and then you decided to go with the field goal.
Yeah. Well, Ben Wagner has showed us all fall camp and even in his first game that he could hit that. And we had a little bit of a breeze at our back, so we felt good about that. It was 3rd and 6. It was actually 4th and 6. And Mitch Tower, our backup quarterback, it was his first series, and I just felt, 4th and 6, I don't want to put that pressure on him right away. Let's do it with a guy that's been doing it for us, and so there wasn't no decision. I wanted to kick and get 3, and we got 3, and that moved us up 17-6, which was a big 3 for us.
Another pleasant surprise or a nice thing to have is the play of Mitch Tower, the backup quarterback, your starter. Griffin Neal gets a little bit of a nick in the third quarter. It seemed like Mitch came on and you guys didn't miss a beat. He ran for a 40-plus yard touchdown run, and he controlled the offense really well. Talk a little bit about how he played out.
Really proud of Mitch Tower. Coming in without taking any snaps. He's cold. It's in the third quarter, and he came in and we didn't miss a beat. We really didn't. And on Sundays when we meet as a team, we talk about positives in the game, what we experienced, and we also talk about things that we need to work on. And one of the first positives I brought up was when Mitch Tower came into the game, everybody rallied around him. And, there was nobody that was shaking their head we were focused, and that goes kudos out to, I guess, our seniors and our leaders. There's good pieces around these young quarterbacks, and they don't need to carry the football team. And I keep saying that, but it's so true. But Mitch came in, and we kept it easy with him right off the bat. And then, he scampers later for about a 48-yard touchdown and showed his true athleticism because that bugger can run.
Now let's go ahead. We open an MIC conference. First of all, the MIC, that's never happened before. They've been undefeated. No MIC team has lost. So the conference as a whole is a lot deeper this year from top to bottom. You guys start off with St. Olaf, and then St. John's, and then Bethel.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about St. Olaf, one of the preseason picks at the beginning of the year in the MIC preseason poll to be at the top 3. What do they do very well? Have they done very well so far in these first couple of games?
Well, first of all, you're exactly right. To see our league undefeated, that's awesome. It really is. It bodes well for our league, and even as we go down into the playoff scene and hoping to get more than just the conference champion into the playoffs, because we've beaten some teams from the Iowa League, the Wisconsin League, and so that's great. It's great to see, and that competition top to bottom is there. St. Olaf is a team that I put right there at the top of the league. They were 8-2 a year ago. They were an eyelash away from making the playoffs. They got a good chunk of their major offensive contributors back. Their quarterback's probably the best in the league, and Dan Dobson. He throws a great fade ball, probably as good as I've seen. He's a headsy football player, strong, tough kid, and he's got good receivers to throw to too. They got good size, 163, 165, and they can play some football. And defensively, they're well coached too. They're a physical style of team. They're an even front team, and they always give us fits. And when St. Olaf and Concordia get together, they've been great matchups. And the last 2 years, it's been the last game of the regular season. And when you looked at the stats going into that game, we were pretty much even across the board. We're both now sitting 2-0. It's the first league game. Really a lot at stake in game number 1, but it should be a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to the opportunity.
For fans, what are you going to need to do well? If fans are watching and they're at the game and they see Concordia doing something, what's it going to be that key for you guys to have a chance to be successful against Concordia?
Well, if you saw us play last week, that's what we need to do. We need to stay on the field offensively, and we want to have that time of possession. That's a key stat for us, and our defense needs to have a day because they're going to be challenged.
Lastly, you can't talk about a Concordia St. Olaf game without talking about the Troll. It's the Troll
Yeah,
Bowl,
that's right.
The old trophy, one of the ugliest trophies in all of rivalry football in college. Any special memories do you have of the Troll? Did it date back to when you were playing?
Yeah, but when I played, I think I don't know if Coach Christofferson was embarrassed about the Troll, but it was we always wondering what's this little furry thing he keeps bringing with him when we go play St. Olaf. We had dog fights with St. Olaf. I still remember my senior year. We're on top of the MIAC. We're down at St. Olaf, and they were middle of the pack, and they drop a touchdown pass late in the game. I think we were up 6-3. They drop a touchdown pass to win it. We get the ball back, and we're just kind of running out the clock, and Doug Toivonen, our quarterback, runs an option play, and he wasn't an option quarterback, but he kept it, and he scampered for about 78 yards. But certainly it was a huge win for us. But anytime we play St. Olaf, you throw the records out because they're dog fights, but for us, we make a big deal about the Troll, and we certainly have missed it, and I know St. Olaf loves that trophy as well. And the other piece of it, we also call it the Lefse Bowl. So last night in practice, our alumni office came over with about 150 Lefses, and some of our freshmen never heard of Lefse before, but we had a little sugar high treat at the end of the game, or at the end of practice, so that was a lot of fun too.
Good luck on Saturday.
Thanks a lot.